can speak in tongues. Trees make lace in the evenings. At night, true lovers' knots dance with common lute strings. The moonwort and the gritstone know all the stars. The bilberry is a planet of darkness. Bluebells grew from the eyes of Norse women, lie among adder's tongue and dream of young men.
Everyone in the dining room looked miserable, so I guessed the kitchen had run out of celeriac sorbet. Pale greys and off-whites proliferated, as though colour had lost its will to live. The TV worked, though. We gave 100 people 100 minutes to name towns in the north of England that have completely given up hope. The endless empty fields, the grey stone walls. Was this what they called scenery? Was this what they called lovely? Was this nature? There are more trees in Camden than there are in the Lake District. The sheep chew everything till it all looks like shit.
In Macclesfield Forest, there's a tree as big as a woman, who's as big as a tree, who's a woman. And there's a house without a roof, and a stream with a bridge in a place so dark only ferns can love it. And a sloping meadow where grass grows between the trees, where grass shouldn't grow. But on one side of the path there's grass. The other side is dry as death, but under there is the beginning of water. And at night she climbs down to the water, the tree who loves the ferns who live in the dark, who loves the grass, who loves the rocks, and dreams of the house where she used to live, the house that used to have a roof.
For this purpose, a town that has given up hope means a local authority area, as defined by the Local Government Act 1974, in which no resident has any positive thoughts for the future at all. She didn't like the dark, and the landlord raised his hand and rubbed his fingers together, as if trying to catch something invisible. The mystery of living in the countryside. She's very practical. She thinks you have to be superstitious to enjoy the countryside. She thinks people who like the countryside tend to believe in things that aren't really there. How about Stoke-on-Trent?
The house where she lived had a roof until, through the window, she saw the meadow shining between the trees as the grass that shouldn't be there caught the sun. And because it was too beautiful to be seen through a window, she began to grow, cracked the rafters with the crown of her head, pushed the slates into the sky, stood as tall as a tree to see the grass that shouldn't be there, walked to it, stroked it, lay down in the gold of it.
There were no pavements, and cars kept speeding past on the wrong side of the road. You can't even walk anywhere. Everyone has to drive. The countryside should be built over immediately. I don't see the point of it. I don't like the look of it. You can't go anywhere without a car. These people in the countryside, all they do is hoard weasel gas and perk up their cut flowers with a hairdryer set to coal and call themselves Finney's Mobile Disco when their road lights have been in the loft for a decade, and sell fuzzy felt abattoirs in their gift shops, and design an order of service for my mother's funeral using Corel Draw. My granddad would have called it a lo-fi aesthetic. Unfortunately, although it is true that no hope has been detected in Stoke-on-Trent for some time, Stoke-on-Trent is actually in the Midlands and not in the north. How about St Helens?
The Langley Beach would like to be books in a library. Without the oak of standing stone, the forest could not live. The wind from the sea and the wind from the moors met at Shutlinslow and fell in love with the view, with each other. Those who hear the dunnock at sunset know their dead are content. Mist is a song only dry stone walls can hear.
Things in the countryside pretend to be things in a city. A patch of grass looks like it wants to be a public square, but it isn't, it's just a patch. Although it is true that the entire population of the town of St Helens has completely given up hope, the area of St Helens includes Newton-le-Willows, where several people have expressed positive thoughts about the future.